It's the two-way LED ambient lighting in the inside.
What do you want to do?
It's got voice control. She can hear me, and now she's listening to me. So, go away. She's gone.
Can you say that again, please?
Go away.
What can I do for you?
Not as intuitive as we'd hoped.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel here at Enkae Prestige Motors. Now we've got a little bit of a different video to bring to you, and it's a comparison video. So I've brought Jamal down to give me a hand.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
What would be better? So we're in a very blessed situation here. We've got some prestige, beautiful cars here at Enkae Prestige. So we thought we'll do a comparison video. So on my right, we've got the 69 plate Mercedes-Benz AMG A35S Premium Plus Edition. A lot of jargon there. Jamal, what's on your left?
So on my left, we've got the 2021 Launch Edition Audi S3, and this is on a 70 plate, so a little bit newer than yours.
That's the only thing you're going to win today, mate. So I think, right, before we put it out there, both great cars.
Absolutely fantastic.
Both fantastic cars, just mine's a little bit better.
You win.
I think, you know me, I love the A-Class range, but I do love the Audi S range as well. You've gone for the S3 2021 launch model, which looks fantastic in that turbo blue. Tell us a little bit about it then.
So, I mean, you can see the colour straight away. That is an optional extra. So the turbo blue, it's a new colour in the range, and it just sets the car off so well from the get-go. Obviously, you can see the redesigned features on the new A3 platform. A lot fresher. Obviously, Audi have taken a bit of time to bring it out. The A-Class, that's been out for a while now, so starting to look maybe a little bit older.
If you think that looks old, mate.
But let's put it this way. In terms of the S3, for me, it's got the contemporary design, but it's still got sort of the chrome features on the exterior. It's got sort of the free vents at the front here, which is sort of Audi traditional S and RS styling. You've got the silver on the wing mirrors, which is a classic styling feature from the S models, but it's not too in your face. It's not got the louvers, and it's not got the diffusers and the splitters at the front, because your car just doesn't need them. It's not going. It's not going.
Look at it.
It's not going 200 miles per hour, and for the level of these cars, performance cars for the road, I feel like the Audi does it in the more contemporary way.
Listen, right, we'll come on to the A35 then. Premium Plus Edition, so it's got all the extras, which I will add, which is unbelievable. Electric pan roof, the interior of a Mercedes as well, which we will get onto. So we're gonna test them out in terms of how they sound, how they perform, how they look on the inside, and then we're gonna pose a question to you guys, which one is better. But going back, the interior for Mercedes for me, second to none. Absolutely love it. It's yellow. That yellow pops. And you're saying about the splitter.
It's a bit of a Marmite, the yellow. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
And you say about the splitters and the spoiler. The spoiler, I don't know what it does, but it makes it look cool. It just makes it look cool.
I can't disagree with you there. The spoiler and the way it matches the other gloss black elements, it is quite quirky and cool.
And there's one thing I will say is that Mercedes saved the hatchbacks. They just saved worldwide hatchbacks, because the A-Class, it took over, didn't it? It did take over. That new shape, the new design, and a lot of people are going for that Mercedes type design now. So we're going to put these cars through their paces, see which one we think is better. Like we say, both cars absolutely fantastic, but which one will we come to the conclusion of?
Yeah, Young T, AZ. I'm on cloud 9 in my Airbnb, up in Third Eye Blind, which the homies could see. In the trenches being all they can be. I said, nah, I ain't crippin', but dog, wait and see. How to tell the difference between good and bad in the G. Killed another, I'm just glad it wasn't me. Dogs gotta eat, better check the pedigree. It's hard to pay attention to the noise when you're free. Free now, floating, wings wide, hoping I won't come down. No way, go away, don't play, don't say. Keep it real, when you ride super clean, how I feel. Can't spend a couple mil, what's the deal? What I see on TV, is it real? Where the pills, getting in the hills. Riding in my drop, riding in my coupe, don't shoot. Riding in my drop, riding in my coupe, don't shoot. Riding in my drop, riding in my coupe, don't shoot. Riding in my drop, riding in my coupe, don't.
Okay, so first aspect of us comparing cars, we've got to go down the old-fashioned route.
Yeah.
Flat out power, flat out speed, specs of the car, okay?
Okay.
So without further ado, I think the Audi does have an edge on this one, all right? Because I've got 303 brake horsepower here. What you packing?
Well, mine's packing 310. It's a slight improvement of a couple of horsepower over the old model. Same unit, TFSI engine, and I mean, you can't fault it. Again, I think the pound-foot of torque out of both cars is about 295, so they're pretty level pegging, and it is quite reasonable because they are similar engines, 2-litre turbos.
And that seems to be the route that everyone's going down now.
Yeah.
Because it's more environmentally efficient.
Exactly.
You know, the CLA45
Exactly.
is a 2-litre engine, but the amount of turbo they get into them is crazy.
I mean, it is insane the amount of power they push out of these units, and for me, it's derived from Formula One. You've got 1.6-litre engines, turbocharged, maximum power out of those little units, and it's all trickling down into their production cars as well.
So yours has it on a little bit of a power basis. You've also got the Quattro system, which is renowned. It's world class.
Absolutely.
4MATIC is good, but it's not Quattro.
Quattro's been around for millennia.
Legendary.
That's it. So Audi obviously winning the Group B rally with the Quattro all-wheel drive car, and from then on in, from the 80s, it's just been the staple of the Audi brand. And I think Mercedes and BMW, they've sort of caught on to the bandwagon and sort of wanted to come into the party, but they are latecomers to that party.
They are, but they're doing it well nowadays. And lastly, I will say is that I like the fact that Audi have gone standard on the diamond cut alloys.
Yeah.
They look fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do agree with you. Them alloys, they look fantastic.
That is the last compliment I'm going to pay to your car, because the all black matte look for the Mercedes is fantastic.
Yeah.
But 1-0 to the Audi on power.
Yeah.
1-0.
Absolutely, mate. Alright, so here you are in the interior of the Audi S3, and for me, the shapes, the colours and all the tactile features of this interior make it quite special. So straight away you've got the chrome, you've got the matching outside sort of interior ambience, and you've got a complete redesign of the air vents. You've got a different feature with the Quattro badging also on the left hand side, and that for me really gives you that feeling of sophistication. Now, even with the Audi digital cockpit, that is fully configurable, so as with the old models, they've just updated all the graphics, added Google Maps, so you can do daytime, nighttime, and that for me, even with the satellite imagery, gives it a bit more of a modern and that updated tech appearance. You've got the heated seats in this interior as well. You've got the cross-stitch seats, which we'll get onto, and they are fantastic. So I think Audi doing their cross-stitching is just above any other brand for me. You've got the Bang & Olufsen sound system. You can change the settings on the subwoofer, so there's a subwoofer in the boot. You've also got all the different speakers and bass and things that you can change on that front as well. And overall, you've got your micro USBs, your USB, so you can connect your phone. Bluetooth and phone charging is also included. So obviously it keeps your creature comforts close to you. And overall for me, I think the steering wheel, this is stayed traditional Audi. You've got the flat bottom, you've got the perforated sides, and the way that the volume mechanism works and the view that you can change all the infotainment areas in front of you, it just sits right with me. What do you think, George?
Listen, I wasn't going to cut you off mid-flow, but if you think that, so I'm just coming in here, so if you think that interior is better than a Mercedes AMG interior, you're wrong.
I mean, for me, it's not just about the style. I agree with you, the A-Class has brought down a lot of them features from bigger AMG models, but the S interior, for me, it just feels tactile, usable, and at the same time, fresh and clean.
That is one thing that I mentioned in my review of this.
Like, look at these door handles.
That's what I was saying, the door handles and things like that. I feel like this car is the car of today.
It is.
Especially in the interior. Do you know everything's cut on an angle?
Yeah.
And everything's
geometric, modern.
The screens are so good as well. The HD resolution, they work so well. They're fast, which is, you didn't used to get that in cars.
Yeah,
it used to be quite
completely
slow.
agree with you.
And it is nice. It's just not a Mercedes.
Okay, let's go over to the Mercedes, show me around that and see what we can do with that.
Let's take a look at the interior then of the A35, which is pretty standard now for the AMG models. You know, we've got the A35, A45, CLA45, all seem to have this recurring theme. So you've got your virtual cockpit, which is a great screen, it's a great tool to have, but it's also very smart as well, because you've got traffic sign assist, you've got lane assist, you've got distraction assist. It actually pays attention to whether you're keeping your eyes on the road, which is great. I mean, Mercedes really take it to the next level with these features. You've got memory seats on the front, you've got heated seats, electrically adjustable, you've got a Burmeister surround sound system, which really does it sounds unbelievable. But the main feature for me, and I know this isn't really a great main feature, it's the two-way LED ambient lighting in the inside.
What do you want to do?
It's got voice control. She can hear me, and now she's listening to me. So go away. She's gone.
Can you say that again, please?
Go away.
What can I do for you?
Not as intuitive as we'd hoped.
Nothing.
This is why the Audi systems are a little bit better, because they don't interrupt you mid-flow.
Oh, right, so two-way ambient LED which can be changed, and it's you can have it a multicolour of effect as well. I think we've got it on Red Moon, and it just looks so good on the night. You've got to admit that at night.
I mean, I've got to admit, the LEDs, the way that the ambient lighting features in this car work, it makes it look fantastic. And I think to sit in the car and have a certain feeling with that ambient lighting, it does put you in a perspective like that. So I do like that, mate.
It does. So as well as that, you've got your centre console. You can put your car into different modes, from comfort all the way up to Sport Plus, which really brings out the aggressiveness of the engine. Centre console's all controlled by a little touchpad, which some people like, and again,
yeah,
some people
for me,
don't.
the touchpad, it's a little bit strange. I mean, Merc have been using strange touchpads for quite a while now, and their latest one, it just doesn't sit right for me. It's like on top of something, but I don't know. What do you make of it?
I quite like it. I quite like the ease of it. Obviously, it's got 360 parking sensors as well. It's got front and rear parking cameras. It's got everything. I love it in here, as well as the electric pan roof, which Jamal's done.
Try and open it, mate. Let's have a look and see how it opens. So it's just a quick slide and...
It's a quick little slide, quick little button.
Yeah.
And imagine that in the summer.
That is awesome, to be fair. I mean, if with an S3, I'd hope it come with the pan roof. It is an option on the S3 as well, but this one unfortunately doesn't have it. One other thing I'd love to mention is the way that the seats are electrically controlled on the door cards. Merc have been doing this for a long time, and you just don't want the seats being controlled from underneath you. You want to see what you're doing.
Easy.
I do like that.
Easy. And that brushed steel look as well.
I do like that.
Just makes it pop again. So, without further ado, Jamal, that's one all.
I mean,
Audis are nice on the inside. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's easy, and it's, I don't want to say basic.
I'll have to give it to you, especially with the pan roof on this one. I can't argue with that.
One all.
Yo.
Really important part of this test then, yeah?
Go on.
So I've turned into the cameraman as well. Really important part, how the car sounds, because at the end of the day, we're only human. We just love the sound of a car.
Love the sound of a car. Don't like electric cars, putting it out there. Love the sound of a good V8, V10. And let's see what these sound like.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little sound test from from static, and then we'll do a few rolling sounds just to see which car sounds the best.
Okay.
And then we'll judge on performance.
All right, let's do it.
Mate, come on.
I have to agree with the sound of this car is absolutely fantastic, mate.
2-1 to the Mercedes.
Gotta give it you on that one, mate. Gotta give it you on that one. So here we are on the Audi S3, and for me, the driving dynamics of this car are much better than the competitors. You've got a really light steering feel, very responsive, and on these new racks, I think that's something that other cars lack quite a bit. Again, the throttle response, very responsive, and as I was saying before, the perforated steering wheel just gives you a great feel out of this car. You can just feel that torque out of the vehicle, and the power delivery for me with the Quattro all-wheel drive system just hits the spot right. Interior of the car as well, really fantastic. You've got your separate displays, and I think it does give it more of a character than just one display, and that for me is why the Audi S3 is definitely the one. If we line both of these cars up, George is going to have no chance in his A35. This S3 really has got the torque, it's got the power, and overall it will just smoke that A35 all day long.
So the driving aspect of the A35 then. The A-Class range second to none. Mercedes engine's fantastic, the interior's great, and the car's just all around fun. And it's got that sudden acceleration that you need. Sorry Jamal, who's holding the camera. Yeah, it's great. It's such a nice car to drive and such a fun one as well. It really brings that pleasure of driving back. And that's why Mercedes popping up again. She's piping up again. But this is why it has, right, just go away. This is why it has the edge over the S3 for me. So the final test in the most rigorous car testing undertaken by a car dealership, it was the static start and also the drive-by test, just to see how both cars sounded in these two events. First up, it was Jamal in his beloved Audi S3. Some very nice sounds coming out of the Audi S3 there, and now it was the turn of George, well myself, I'm speaking about myself in third person, and the Mercedes A35, with even accrued an audience by this point, and by audience I mean one lady who was walking her dog.
So that brings us to the end of our comparison video. I'm going to say you won the drive-by.
Yeah, so that's 2-2. It was a load of fun, and both of these cars are fantastic. It's really tough to choose between the two.
So we've judged these cars on performance, on their looks, on their interior, and their practicality and sound as well. And we can't come to an agreement. I still think the A35.
I still think the S3.
So all that's left to do is put it up to you. Let us know in the comments or go and vote on our social medias which out of the two cars you would have. And you know what we've got to do when the brand new RS3 comes out?
That's it, we've got to do RS3 A45S, and we want to know in the comments any more ideas. You tell us and we shall provide.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone for watching this video. It's a little bit of a different one, so we hope you have enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video if you did, and comment down below. Thank you for everyone for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Check out our social media pages. That's been Jamal, I've been George.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next time.